You ever read a line so bad that you decide to shit can your recording 5 minutes in and start over? I wouldn't know what that's like. Anyway, hello! Welcome back to 922. Before we get started today, just wanted to give a quick content warning. Towards the end of this chapter that we're going to read today, pretty much right at the end actually, there's going to be a depiction of a dead body, to put it bluntly, and it's not great to look at, I'll say that much. Just wanted to put that out there up front in case you needed to brace yourself or prepare to look away in that moment. It'll be obvious when it's coming. You'll see. But having said that, let us continue on from where we left off. In a dream, you aren't supposed to know that you're dreaming. The illusion is perfect. The colors, the sounds, the smells, the emotions. As far as you may perceive, they're one-to-one. And yet, every so often, I'd figure it out. At first, it's just a feeling, an itch at the small of my back. I investigate, only to find more things to investigate. The itch, metaphorically, travels up my spine, and, before long, I discover my entire damn day has been fake. I've grown accustomed to it. Sort of. Accustomed? That's not a word. When shit's wacky, all I gotta do is ask myself, hey, does this seem real? Ian's right. I'm not interested. Especially not after all the shit he pulled. What if I was, however? What if I told him to stick around after class? What if I told him I'd been thinking about things? The Ian that lives in my head is receptive to my advances, and my brain puts his lips against mine. In here, there's no tomorrow. I'm free to pick out bits of pastrami from in between Ian's teeth. He's awful. So am I. The beauty of the experience is that there's no need to get worked up over it. Once I awaken, all of this will have been erased. Spencer. Yeah? What time is it? I don't know. Yes, you do. We should stop. Why? Would keep my hand out of a shirt if I were you, dude. I hear it's a real mess in there. The mind works by way of fucked up association. Thirsty? You appear in a desert. Toothache? All your teeth are falling out. Right there, for a split second, I thought about Ian's bullshit. Todd was bound to show up. Alright, brain. Let's see what you cooked up. What's up? You made me look like a real dipshit last week is what's up. And it turns out I was right about you two all along. Don't get it twisted, dipshit. Ian's my boyfriend since just a few minutes ago. And hey, you know what? In a sense, it was your fault. Boyfriend? So are you here to jerk off to us homos? Spit it out. Why are you here? Ian asked me to, actually. Really? Sorry. I didn't know Spencer would, stay. Right. It is right. Todd's hand tightens around his waist. You said you had something to show me? I do. Well? Could you wait outside? It's private. It's about me, isn't it? I'll stay. Are you okay with this? You lost your goddamn mind. Fine, I'll make it quick. Todd eyes Ian for a few moments longer, and then drops his backpack onto the ground. He takes out a newspaper printed on muted pink paper and fumbles to get it open on the right page. His eyes flicker toward me. I'm sure he's wondering if he can still escape. Here, listen to this. Body missing from Rockland County morgue. Staff discovered that the remains of David Johnson, a recently deceased 21-year-old male, are gone during a routine procedure, county spokesperson said this Sunday. Interested? Give me that. They huddle together. Ian takes the right flank of the paper, Todd takes the left. Todd fingers the paper at the line that Ian should read. Review, criminal negligence. Initial investigation found no signs of forced entry, and interviewed overnight staff claimed the room was manned at all times, says Bauer. At this time, there's no suspect information or surveillance footage. What do you think? His corpse got up, waved everyone goodbye, and pissed off? Todd nodded towards me without breaking eye contact with the paper. Sounds pretty out there. It's almost as if it was never truly there. This doesn't change anything. Who's to say the staff weren't paid off? No, I checked. The morgue is in a hospital. Even if someone did bribe every last member of the staff, how long do you think it'll take until the secret leaks out? Ian's eyes travel to the top of the page, likely where the date is. It's only been a couple of days. And what about this? The deceased, reportedly passed due to a rare lung condition, was being kept for medical analysis and was scheduled for autopsy in the coming week. They're keeping up with the Medical Condition Act. We can't trust this. We can trust parts of it. They wouldn't write an article if nothing happened at all. Really wish you'd go back to thinking about this logically. We can't abandon this thread just because you have a hunch it ain't him. The hunch you'd only gotten once you two started fucking. We aren't fucking. And whose fault is that? A quick question. I've been thinking. What if you're right about me? What? In a dream, it's impossible to learn new information. After all, it's all in your head. But it isn't a purely emotional experience either. Consciously, I'm fed up with all this. But if I'm seeing this, something's not sitting right with my subconscious. There's nothing to be lost by entertaining a stray thought, right? If I manipulate the illusion, if I shape my neurons into the right constellation, I might figure something out. Something that I missed while I was awake. For the sake of argument, let's assume that I've been killed and then came back from the dead. What are you gonna do about it? Well, we'll banish you. Banish me. Kill you. No! Not kill you. It's more complicated than that. Right. Do you kill all the entities that you find? Is that what you called them? Of course not. That would be very bad. Is it dangerous? Suicidal. Then why are you here speaking to me like it's nothing? What makes me so special that you're willing to apparently risk it all? You didn't tell him? He never asked. Irresponsible. And you really want to know? Yes, please. Fine. In broad terms, the Harris Institute of Technology and its surroundings are an active area. It's been like that since at least the late 80s. There might have been accounts even earlier than that, but we couldn't find any. What do those accounts look like? Weird shit. We're thinking we're dealing with a poltergeist, if that tells you anything. And it doesn't. What kind of weird shit? Don't tell me you're going to banish someone just because their shit is weird. Normally we don't.
People have been hurt, Spencer. David Johnson isn't the first person to lose their life under similar circumstances. And it's not just people dying. We got accounts spanning from unexplainable property damage to people getting so messed up they had to move out of town.
Yeah. It isn't one or two crackheads here. You've collected almost 100 stories so far.
100?
Alright, I believe you. That sounds like a lot. How do you know you're dealing with only one ghost? Or a poltergeist, right? Well, most of the accounts have a few elements in common. Wait, hold that thought. Before that, did you just say you had accounts from the 80s? I wasn't even alive till 88, and the first time I set foot in the Institute was a couple of months ago, when I got here by plane. Are you telling me I've been at it since before I was born?
This is a bit speculative, but we think you might not be who you think you are. Some supernatural beings are known to do stuff like that. Take over someone's body or memories, that sort of thing.
What about poltergeists?
We could be wrong about that.
And hey, while we're at it, if I'm dead, what makes you think that I'm the ghost that's haunting this place? For all you know, I may just be some dead innocent bystander. Hell, maybe what I'm actually here for is to guide you into solving your little case. Like one of those spirit guide ghosts. Those exist, right?
Spencer...
Hold on. Can he?
Can he?
No, he can't. Why not? All our evidence points directly to you and only you.
Really?
What kind of evidence? Is he always like this?
Do you really want to get into it, Spencer?
Good question. So far, it's been standard Discovery Channel schlock. But if I tell him no, what else am I going to do? Wake up? I'm all ears.
Huh, where do I even start?
The Jefferson Building.
The Jefferson Building. It's something like this. There's a legend centered around what's officially known as the Jefferson Building controversy. It's an old local story. In 1971, while they were building the Jefferson Building here on campus, some kind of thing took place. The papers back in the day never make it clear what kind of thing it was, but it's usually implied to be construction related. 5 people are reported dead, and 2 more are claimed to have been disabled. He waves his hands around to make sure I don't miss his air quotes. They call it a controversy because, at that moment, construction was already a couple of years overdue and a couple of millions of dollars over budget.
Go on. I think Andrew told us as much when he was giving us his little tour.
Here's the part where it gets funny. Those disabled people? Not a physical injury. 2 separate gazettes report that they went insane. Those exact words. And if you dig a little deeper, you find out that the Jefferson Building had been built in stages. Its basement level, where the incident took place, was complete in 1966, 5 years before the incident itself.
The bomb shelter. It could have had something to do with the building's foundation.
Here's one more puzzle piece for you. There are only a couple of places around the Institute where security guards are posted. The gates, the security center, the library, and the Jefferson Building basement. The building has officially been open to the public, classrooms and all, in 1976. And they've been there 24/7 ever since then, refusing to tell anyone what's behind that door. Besides last year, you mean?
Yes. Yes, besides last year. How did you know?
What do you think is behind it?
Reports from the era are scarce, but by tracking the type of people who had been invited to the Institute at the time, we were able to piece together a relatively clear picture. It's a laboratory.
Something to do with astrophysics, we're pretty sure. A laboratory that no one is allowed into.
That's right. Whatever happened in there still poses some danger, and they can't get rid of it. There isn't any other reason for there to be living, expensive guards to guard that door.
And what do you think they were experimenting on?
Well...
We don't know.
Fascinating. Don't you think it's quite a big leap to go from that to ghosts? We have theories.
Theories.
Help me out here, Ian.
What's a good way to phrase this? We think they were trying to get, teleportation going.
Like in Star Trek.
Yeah. Like in Star Trek. Yeah. Either that or cloning. We hypothesized that the incident was the first time they got it working on a person. But, souls can neither be moved nor copied that way, so something went...
He makes an expandy gesture with his arms.
Proof.
Cool.
It is, right?
But mostly wrong.
Oh.
I've been down there. You what? Yeah. It's a museum or some shit. Spencer.
What's up?
This is important. Can you still get in?
Yeah, dude. Did you two forget there are people guarding that door again?
There are, but they're shitty dumbass guards. You remember it, right, Ian? The employee agreement called them mall cops or some shit.
What employee agreement?
You know, the one you got your fingerprints all over. The one Kurt stole?
Wait. That backpack belonged to who?
I should get in touch with this Kurt guy again. In any case, Spencer. How do we get in? It takes a minute, but annoyed students begin spilling out onto the plaza adjacent to the Jefferson building. The guards are among the first out. It's hard to miss them, with their black uniforms and their baseball caps. I strut right past them in the commotion. Ian and Todd are skulking just behind. I smile to the camera. Would have waved at it if it weren't for my cohorts. They look ready to scamper if I as much as blink too loud, or mute the microphone to take a drink. Sufficiently hydrated, I continue the narration.
You two are crazy, you know that? What's even your plan? We have like 5 minutes.
No need to get creative. We go in, confirm that it's a lab, and get out.
How big is it inside?
Massive.
Guys.
Out of all the things I forgot I remember, it had to have been a keypad. Kurt must have mentioned it at some point. 1111. 1, 2, 3, 4. Piece of shit. What's wrong? Door's locked.
Great. Let's get out of here.
Patience, Ian. You didn't think you would be? Figured I'd be able to get it open. And how come you can't? There's a keypad now. Forgot they had one installed.
Are you done?
No. Spencer, I have a favor.
Shoot.
Could you try a few more times?
Really? Stop it, Todd.
Spencer, could you or could you not?
Enough!
Enough what?
The guards will be back any moment. Spencer obviously doesn't know how to get in. Why would he? Let's just go.
Man, are you blind?
What?
Okay, look. Hey Spencer, on a scale from 1 to 10, how possessed are you?
Fuck's sake, Todd, he's not possessed.
1. Are you serious? He's like a completely different person right now.
You spoke to him once. You don't even know him.
Oh, and you do? Tell me, Lovebird, do you no longer care that your boyfriend is a corpse? Or are we back to double guessing ourselves whether he's dead at all? Seems to me like he's alive only when you're feeling extra guilty about his death.
Todd!
What are you gonna do, hit me? I still have your pictures of his corpse on my phone. Want me to wet them out so we can compare?
Holy shit, shut up! Just stop!
Look at his smug fucking face, Ian. Coffee stains on 19th century print, unplaceable vigor, laughter napped flint. That's him. That's fucking him right now. Show me anyone else who better fits that description.
You and you. Scram.
Who? Let's go, Ian.
Hello, sir. Sir.
Ian! Let's go! I was wondering how long it'd take for you to show up.
Same to you.
Same to you. Got some good news for you, Fisher. You don't mind if I call you Fisher, do you? I'm done. It's just like you said, remember? The murder. It's not any of my business. It's all yours. Aren't you glad? His pupils twitch left to right, as though he can't decide on which of my eyes he prefers to focus. I am glad. Glad your head is still on your shoulders. Gave me some worry last time when you couldn't piece two words together. You were threatening to kill me. Worry my ass. Prefer not to, but keep running your mouth and I may rethink. You won't. Not today. Why not? Got a hunch. Nostalgic. Wouldn't get used to it if I were you. After a while, that hunch of yours goes away. What are you doing here? I'm sorry to change the subject, but do you want to field some questions while you're still around? I don't. What are you doing here? What's your story, anyway? How come you look like my dad? Right. I see.
You want to sit down for this?
He twists around, pretending to check behind each shoulder.
Could have sworn there was a chair down here.
Never mind.
I'm your grandpa. Michael was my son. Satisfied?
Not really.
Go ahead and ask your mother about it. Don't you think it's funny how she suddenly has money to send you to college?
She won a scholarship in a raffle.
To Harris.
Yeah?
And nowhere else.
That's how raffles work.
With your pathetic entrance exam.
Real scandal that they let me in. Why go through all the trouble? It sounds like a pain in the ass.
A pain in the ass is what I'd gotten. You're almost as thick as your father, you ungrateful shit. Look at me. Does an old man need an excuse to reconnect with his only remaining family? Swear to God, don't know why I bother. Random question. Do you believe in fate?
I don't. Why?
Did you plan to come down here today?
No, it just sort of happened.
That's right. Keep that in mind. After you.
You do raise a good point, I guess.
About what?
You and Todd and Ian. The guards, the cameras. Even if we take me out of the equation, you gotta admit something funny's going on. It's this place, right? Everything seems to revolve around it. Got any ideas?
None I can say.
Classified?
That's not what's stopping me.
What is? You know, you were much chattier when I thought I was about to die. Did it take so little to get you to back off? What's the point of taking me here if you're just going to keep silent?
It's gotten risky.
What has? Risky for who?
For both of us.
What do you mean?
Listen carefully.
He looks straight ahead, as if searching the darkness for the end of the tunnel.
When you wake up tomorrow, think back on today. The things you've said, the things you've heard. If you're still capable of thought at all, that is. That's all I'm going to say. You and I don't get second chances. And personally, I don't want to die.
What's with the framed articles?
Ha! The articles? That takes me back. I forgot they're even there. It's how we used to talk to one another. We had a rotation. Every month, one of us would cut a story out of that day's headlines. Then, down here, we'd make sure that last month's news checks out, hang our own article up, and leave. Make sense?
None at all.
Swell.
Why'd you stop?
Good eye. Technology marches on, Spencer. They now have a room full of equipment that shoots lasers at quartz crystals for it. Don't need to expend any of us anymore. You said you were going to give up on the David Johnson case.
I did say that.
Was that a lie?
No. Why?
Your little friends are a thorn in my side.
Yeah, they are. Wouldn't worry about it. Without my help, they'd just lose interest and give up.
Is that so? You seem to think very little of them.
Am I wrong?
It took a few attempts to convince your friend, Andrew Park, to throw in the towel. The 2 paranormal club kids you came in with just now were moments away from knowingly breaking into government property. They're earnest and resourceful.
They wouldn't have been down here if it wasn't for me.
I'll talk again to Ian Martin and this Todd. Unfortunately, there's only so much influence I can provision. I suggest you assist.
Why should I? See, I don't buy it. Do you expect me to believe you're powerless to stop a bunch of college students? You killed a guy with your bare hands. And you're throwing threats around like it's nothing. What's stopping you from doing the same to anyone? Certainly had no issue with threatening me, Grandpa. He breathes in sharply. For a moment, I lose his silhouette.
I want you to speak to Kurt Abrams. You have to convince him to give up on David Johnson. He's a danger to me, he's a danger to you, and he's likely a danger to half the damn city.
In what way?
Shut up. Kurt Abrams is special. He's a little parting gift from David Johnson to me. He won't lose interest if you don't help him. Certainly not if he sees it's only because your head is lodged up your ass. Speak to Kurt Abrams. Got it?
No. I got nothing. I'm not his or anyone else's guardian. I can't tell anyone to do anything. And I wish everyone would stop telling me what to do, too.
Unbelievable. What could one have possibly done to raise such a little wimp? We're here.
Huh? What? What? Where am I?
Disorienting, isn't it? I don't care what you think or how you feel about it. As far as I'm concerned, you're responsible for getting Kurt Abrams to stop whatever he's doing. Do not fail.
Hey, first try. I had to take mine 3 times, you know. You've really outdone yourself, Spencer. Good work. Been a while. I'm shivering under my sweat-soaked blanket. My entire body is aching. My face is heavy with liquid, and my mouth is more dry than the Sahara's asshole. I think I'll skip class today. I was doing so well keeping up with my classes, too. Shit. Must be a beautiful day outside. I let birdsong serenade me in and out of consciousness until I can fall unconscious no more. The clock blinks 10:29. I take a leak. I puke my guts out. When I'm done retching, it's 11:01. The tap water is far too cold, so I opt with pouring whatever's left in my kettle into a glass. It tastes like limescale and barf. It gets the job done. Blood is pumping in my ears and my eyes are stinging like crazy. I just barely manage to maintain enough focus to tell my internet friends I feel like shit. Only the Europeans are online to see it this early. They offer their fake online hugs and well wishes. I accept their platitudes nominally. I don't have the energy to do anything relatable. If I go back to bed, I'll just get mad over being unable to fall asleep. Hella relatable. I reach for my phone and click airplane mode off. Better get the day started. It's Kurt. He writes, "Have you seen this?" Next message is a URL that takes up my entire screen. It ends with Rockland corpse body missing. No. Not today. I begrudgingly return to the bathroom and wash my hands and face. The water is either freezing or scalding. I flinch in pain when I rub the towel against my face. I space out in front of the toaster. It takes too long for my nose to register the smoke, and when I come back to, the bread is charcoal black. I take little bites of it as I scroll past image macros and half-hearted quips and discussion threads of forum games I've never participated in. Around midday, I run out of things to do. I'm halfway down my toast. The nausea is not getting any better. I feel like I got kicked in the stomach by a train. What are you supposed to do in this situation? I didn't pack a thermometer. All I have are valerian root pills that don't do shit. It takes a bit of scrolling down the email app, but after a while I find it. The map of the campus we were sent shortly after orientation. There. There's a pharmacy just out of the northeast gate of the campus. It's a bit of a trek, but at this point I might be running out of options as to what to do. I'll buy some Dayquil, a thermometer, and vitamin pills. That should keep me out of the hospital, with any luck. "1 p.m. I'll lie down until 1 p.m. At 1 p.m., I'll head out. The things you've said, the things you've heard. I've had these nightmares countless times before. I figured I'd gotten so used to them that my mind stopped showing them to me. All the latest crap must have jostled me into having them again. Could have sworn, though. Could have sworn that they never were this clear. Trying to sift through what I remember is like pulling teeth when my face is full of snot. Can I draw out even a single useful piece of information from the barrage of nonsense I saw while sleeping? The bomb shelter is undeniably important. I'll just have to avoid it. It's nothing to do with me. Kurt. There's Kurt. Nothing good came out of... Let me try that again. Nothing good came out of putting off talking to Ian, and Kurt is even more of a wild card. As Brainfisher put it, I must tell Kurt to stop with the murder stuff. If I won't, Real Fisher will kill him or something. Why am I even stalling? Just tell him and be done with it. Where am I? I can barely power through the dull pain behind my eyes to raise them so high up. Corner of Evans and... Hall? I'm lost. I swallow a metaphorical bundle of needles. My ribcage groans with every pant. I have to sit down. Breathe in, breathe out. In, out. A small part of me is ashamed for never having explored the area. There are lovely parks all over the place. This one has a freaking gazebo. I focus on the sound of leaves rustling on concrete to keep myself from dry heaving. Any minute now. Any second. No one can stay nauseous with an empty stomach for that long. It's Ian. He says, "You coming? I missed you yesterday. Everything all right?" Must he phrase it like that? And what is he talking about? We had classes all day together. I start typing that I'm fine, but check this out. It's the same URL Kurt sent me this morning. Hey Ian. Send. Just a little sick. Send. By the way, I heard you have pictures of my corpse. Can I see them? This is stupid. Send. He says, "Sorry." Another URL. Huh.